Let's see. There it is. Are we good? Testing, testing, one, two. Testing, testing, one, two. All right, what's going on? What up, what up, what up, peeps? We are back, man. It is July the 1st. It's 4:07 p.m. right now. I know we got some comments already of people talking trash in the comments, man, about us not going live at our regular time. But we're live now, man, and shout out to B2B. Yes, bro, we did cam up this time. So today's topic is actually going to be about none other than the one and only Kevin Samuels, man. 5 red flags of fake femininity. All right, let me say that again. 5 red flags of fake femininity. So Kev recently started Women's Wednesdays where he's basically getting on there and he's talking to the women. I know I've heard a few people or I've seen a few people comment down below and talk about, yo, Katie, you need to do a women's Wednesday. We gonna think about it, man. We're gonna try to make that happen. So before we get into the video, we're gonna go ahead and go through some of these comments. And what I tell you guys, man, get them likes up. Get them likes up. We're at 20. We're at 21 likes right now, man. We got more people watching the stream. We need more likes. All right. Make sure y'all get them likes up. We're gonna go through some of these comments real quick. Shout out to my dog, the ultimate red pill. Say, what's good, Katie? What's good, bro? Everything is everything, man. Another comment from my boy, the Ultimate Red Pill Channel said, got to be careful with some of these women, bro. I agree. I agree, man. Also said, what's a red flag to you? A red flag to me, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it before we start getting into all those questions and whatnot, man. We're just going to go through some of these. Funny viral clip said, what's good, bro? I was looking for the earlier live stream. All right, man. So we're gonna try to stick to the schedule, man. Y'all know Monday, Tuesdays, 4:30 p.m. Wednesday, Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be at 10:30 a.m. All right, so we're gonna continue to get through these comments, but I want to go ahead and bring this video up real quick. All right, guys, and we're gonna let Kevin Samuels go ahead and dive into this thing. All right, make sure are we on the right one. All right, here we go. Let him rock. Y'all see what he's doing right now, man. He got on the frames. He got the suit on, got the microphone, got the nice little aroma up in there. Getting it, man. This is what we're trying to get to. That's what we're trying to get to, fellas, man. All right. Nice little suit on, man. Got to throw the frames, the fragrance, the footwear. That's what it's all about. Becoming the best version of ourselves, man. We're going to get there slowly but surely. That suit tight, boy. That suit is tight, man. Definitely got to give a quick shout out to my boy Larry, man. Larry is actually letting us use his studio right now, man. Shout out to my dog Larry, man. He might chime in a little bit later on this particular topic. Hopefully we can get him in here, man. He can give a quick little spiel or whatnot. Got the comments up, man. Y'all continue to comment, man. Y'all drop down below. Let us know, man, where you from, man. We're in the North Carolina area right now. We're gonna be doing on July
Shout out to the
11th,
CIA.
man, we're gonna be doing a little wardrobe change. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. We already got sides and fitted and everything, man. Moving forward, we got to make sure we looking the part. You know what I mean?
Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button on the way in.
Y'all heard him.
Pay your tuition. Pay your tuition to the Godfather. We are in the CIA FBI Academy, and today is going to be litter. It is going to be lit. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning.
He already know what he's doing, man. He already know what he's doing. I already know we're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna completely disagree with this, with some of the things that he's about to say. Let me see. All right, stream that. Hey man, y'all stop showing out them doggone comments, man. Hey,
Trigger
keep the
warning.
comments PG-13. Can we please keep the
We got
comments?
issues, baby. We got issues. Let's get into this mug. Some people got some
probably
issues,
throw my frames
man.
on too, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's only right, man, if we throw the frames on.
Will, what's going
this live
on?
stream.
Sugar P, what up? Jedi, David, William Webster, William Williams, Kashmir, Intellect. Hey, man, why don't you hit the join button, man? Join the channel, support the channel.
I see you, Shalik.
The join button is how you become a Patreon on YouTube.
We the people new.
All right.
Shout out to y'all.
So in order to be a Patreon going forward, in order to be a moderator going forward, I have to either have known you for a long time, or you're going to have to be at least a $25 a month moderator. You're going to have to be at least a $25 a month moderator. You should be both, honestly. So if you are not a $25 or up moderator, and all of a sudden in December you see your rent gone, nothing for nothing. Guess what happens? The cost of doing business. Nothing for nothing, but that's what happens, the cost of doing business. My moderators.
All right, so while Kevin is basically going through, he's just basically doing a little bit of house cleaning. I'm going to go ahead and go through some of these comments, man. Shout out to Melanie, man. I appreciate that talking about hey handsome. Don't gas me up, man. Don't gas me up right now. For real, I don't need none of that. And B2B, bro, we did cam up. All right, we cammed up, man. So get off my neck. All right, Melanie done dropped a whole paragraph on that thing. Shout out to you, Melanie. I appreciate the comment. I can't tell you, Melanie says, I can't tell you how much I love what you are doing on these channels. Getting men to understand how important their image is and understand that they matter. Shout out to you, Melanie. I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate it. This is something that I've been wanting to do for the longest, man, which is a huge reason why I started these channels. All right, getting men to understand that, listen, we got to take care of ourselves, man. Image, you got to take care of yourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, because when it comes to men, understand, listen, you have to take care of you, man. Ain't nobody coming to save us, all right? That government assistance and everything, that's not for us. But no, shout out. Thank you so much, Melody, man, for coming through, dropping a comment. Miss Shalik says, hey, Katie, have you ever been in a situation where you ignored red flags? I think we all have. But before I give any scenario, because I see what your next question is would you do it again? I mean, hell no. But I'll go ahead. I'll go through it a little bit later on, man. I want to make sure that we don't miss too much of what Kevin is dropping, that knowledge. So he's talking about
let's get into why this is an important topic.
Perfect.
Go ahead and get my little stuff set up.
Y'all see it.
Get the whole ambiance going on. Baccarat Rouge 540, the candle, dopeness. Mm-hmm. Francis Kirkjohn holiday candle, dopeness.
Y'all, let me. I'm gonna grab the frames real quick, man, because I feel a little bit left out, man. Kev got
my favorite.
Kev got the frames on right now. Hold on.
Lauer.
What?
Shit smells good. Okay, so Queso and Black.
We can do half and half, you know.
Trigger alert. Trigger alert. If you are easily triggered, you might want to head out. You know what? As a matter of fact, I am going to be talking about some of you ethanol chicks, some of you so-called 92 octanes who really ain't 92 octanes.
Oh, man.
All you ethanol chicks. 87 to 89 and 92. All of you can be ethanol. Because there are ways to point out and figure out if you're dealing with a woman who is faking femininity. Faking femininity. Now, what I'm going to do is I have to grab something real quick. I'm going to play some music.
All right, so while he's grabbing stuff, man, we're going to go through some of these.
Turn on some music. I'll be right back.
Boom. All right, Kevin's gonna
I got something to do. That song is called Issues.
All right.
Some of these blogs got issues.
So somebody said, well, the Ultimate Red Pill channel asked, "What's a red flag to you?" Honestly, man, what I always tell guys to look for in young women is a respectful young lady. So anytime you're having a conversation with a young lady and she can't respect you, I think that is a huge red flag, man. Anybody that's loud, a young lady that's loud, I don't typically deal with young ladies like that, man, because normally a lot of bad things always follow after that. So try to avoid those women that are extremely loud, that want to be, you know what I'm saying, in front of everything on the scene and whatnot. When they lead with their money, like that's another red flag, man. All of those things that you would typically get when you see guys, you know what I'm saying? I think those are automatic red flags, man. You got to be careful, man. And so Shalik said, hold on, let me go ahead and put that comment back up there. Have you ever been in a situation where you ignored red flags? Again, I believe that we all have. I believe that we all have been in situations where we have ignored red flags. Again, that respect thing is extremely important to me. Because one thing about me, man, is I try to make sure that I give respect. And if you can't do anything as simple as give that in return, then, I don't think you should be fooling around with people like that. But yeah, it's been a lot of times when I've ignored some red flags, man. You know what I'm saying? We all have been blinded by beauty, or been blinded by a guy that is handsome. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
But you got to make sure, man, that you do not continue to repeat a cycle. So just because you know what I'm saying you
let's
made
get
a
into
mistake
it.
in the past, don't mean that you want to
One,
continue.
this is not a targeted attack on anybody, but I am going to respond to a hot story that's going on because it's important.
Post. Oh Lord, don't
Is
start.
Erica out there? Erica Williams, you still out there?
All right, y'all come.
Erica.
Erica Williams.
We should do some cross collaboration work, man. Because
there it is.
I'm sitting there looking at Erica, and I'm like, huh?
She must be attractive.
Oftentimes, I look at content creators. I say, if this person was my client, what would I do to their image without knowing them? See, part of image is you have to really get to know a person. You just can't assume something. You got to understand the person, who there is on the inside. But yeah, Erica, if you're Erica Williams, if you're here, hit me up on Instagram or hit me up, send me an email. I got some ideas.
I'm gonna talk trash.
All right, so today, Femininity Fakers. Let's get right on into it. That's why y'all are here. Man, look here, man. There are too many women out here talking about they want to level up, secure the bag, and I want to get Blake Henry and all that other kind of stuff. Woo. I'm on this stuff, and I'm on my femininity journey, and I'm FBI, I'm feminine, beautiful, inspiration, and fake as hell. Fake. And see, a big problem with my boys is they like, man, Godfather, I got my head down. I'm doing what I'm doing. How can I spot a fake out here?
There it is.
Because I don't have time to be running these women through all these background checks, just initially meeting them. I need to be able to, at a glance, spot a femininity faker, a fake FBI off the top. Well, let me tell you, Godfather has you covered because I've been doing this for a long time. Now, understand something. I'm not talking about anybody's platform or anything. I'm talking about my stuff. My stuff, my guys, my boys. That's what we're dealing with, right? Okay. What we're dealing with. Femininity faker, in my opinion, is these women who say they want to be feminine, beautiful, inspirational. They want to have a man who's a provider and a protector and all that other kind of stuff. They want you to get out here and go fight the world and they want you to be set up so you can sit them down somewhere, but they really aren't who they say they are. And see, the whole problem is a lot of guys don't find this out until too late. But here's some things that you guys can look at ahead of time.
Take notes.
And discover whether or not you're dealing with a fake. Hold on. I love this scarf.
Oh Lord.
Cool little scarf. Nice.
What the?
Lightweight. The cashmere, silk blend. Every guy needs a good scarf.
Pay attention, man. Pay attention to the fragrance.
Got a video coming out about that.
There,
guys, get a good scarf or two.
Don't worry, we gonna get some of them fragrance down packed, man. I only got
color
two
in your wardrobe.
right
good scarf
now
or two.
that I'm hanging on to, man.
Change your world, change your style. But anyway, let's get into the program. Femininity fakers. Femininity fakers. How can you tell if a woman is a femininity faker? Well, from the rip, you can tell if she's a femininity faker if she's out in public and don't know how to act. If she's out in public and don't know how to act, meaning.
Let me pause that real quick, man. Oh, I think that would be a really, really good test to see what type of young lady you are dealing with. Take her out in public and see how she interacts. See how she interacts with other people. Like if you take somebody out to eat, that's one thing, man. Have you ever taken somebody out to eat and they automatically start dogging the doggone waiter? Man, oh my God, that's my biggest doggone pet peeve, man. You're going to sit there and talk trash to somebody that's going to be serving you your food. What sense does that make? So I think that's a really, really good step. I see somebody drop the comment down below. Shout out to Melanie, man. We're gonna get into that in just a second. Hold on. What she say? She said, what will you tell guys the first step is when it comes to identifying fake femininity? I don't know. I think Kev actually just dropped the doggone bomb, man. Drop the bomb with that. Take them out in public and see how they interact, man. In public, around your friends, around her friends, because people can act a certain type of way around you and your friends. But you see how they act when they go around their friends, they're going to show their true colors. I think that is a really, really good way of being able to tell what type of young lady you are dealing with. As far as, you know, if she's basically just being fake around you or around, you know, the people that you choose to deal with, take her around her friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let's go chill and see what do you and your friends got going on today. Yeah, let me go ahead and chill with y'all and see what's going on.
That she's talking loud, she's speaking loud,
didn't I just say something about
she's intoxicated. Poor posture, sitting with her legs open.
Oh man!
I mean, generally behaving like a dude. She's cursing,
acting like a male.
Yes, cursing it.
And y'all understand, man, I have not seen this live stream at all, man. Every single last live stream that we have done, I haven't did like, you know what I'm saying, a little quick little glance or anything. This is just me just going in and just, you know, just speaking
any
from
cursing
the things that I know.
Yes, any cursing. Any cursing in public, she's faking feminine.
Absolutely.
Femininity does not allow women to curse, period.
Oh, wow.
There is no negotiation on this. You can't come around talking about I'm refined hood.
What?
I'm gonna get into that too. This whole refined hood and I'm from the ghetto, so I know how to keep it real. Fake femininity. Woo!
But I do want to ask that question. What's wrong with young women being soft? Getting back to that soft version of themselves. You know what I mean? When you're leading with your femininity. When you are around a guy, and this is why I always tell women, it is definitely important that, you know, you choose the right type of men. So if you with a guy, you're giving your time and your attention and everything to a guy. Hopefully that guy is a protector and a provider. If you can't be soft to the guy that you chose, then who are you being soft with? Just a question to the young lady.
Siren like a motherfucker.
And he cursed right after that.
Alert!
Oh, he got the
fake femininity.
Over there. What's the
fake femininity. Cursing.
Yeah, he got a little mixer board on. Put the little sounds to it.
I know you don't like it, but it's the truth. Cursing. So she does not know how to act. Take her out to, and this is why I say you need to see her in an environment to where alcohol is being served.
Oh wow!
And
You gonna
she's
mix some drinks in there?
around where she's comfortable. See, you can take somebody and put them in an environment where they're not comfortable, and they can code switch. But when they feel like they can be comfortable and let their hair down, that's when you really see.
I never thought about that. I
First
honestly
off,
haven't.
curses.
To be honest with you, never thought about that.
Number two.
I tell you what, you really want to see? Take her to a spades game. Let her play spades with you. You can see.
This kind of goes in line with how to attract professional women to you, but we need to talk about hygiene. Hygiene.
Oh Lord. Oh, there we go.
Breath stank. Breath stank, cooch stank. Breath stank. You can look at a woman, and if she has not paid attention to the details, she's faking femininity.
Absolutely. This is why I always say it is so freaking important when you step out the house that you are looking presentable. So I actually put a post on Facebook, I'm gonna say like maybe a month ago. And I was just basically telling, I had told guys, anytime you step outside, try to make sure that you're looking presentable. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out the house looking any type of way. And I had literally no pushback on that post. But the moment that I said, also young women, when you step out the house, making sure that you're looking presentable. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean, like looking presentable? And I was just like, just making sure, you're not walking on the back of your house shoes. You don't have on pajamas. Take that bonnet off. Boy, when I said something about a bonnet, oh my goodness, but the horns came out. I'm talking about it was like 5 or 6 women gunning for me in the comments. But I also asked those young women, I was like, so, what results do you want? What type of man do you want? Right? And most of them were single, and some of those young women, they had a lot going on in their life. All right. And I was like, if you're honestly trying to attract the best type of man, do you think that those guys are looking for women that are walking around with a bonnet on their head, walking around at least not looking their best? I got some pushback. And the thing about me is I always try to ask questions. I was like, okay, just say for instance, if you're competing, right? Because you're going to have to compete for a man. If you're competing, you got a young lady that's stepping out the house looking presentable. She got, maybe she got a little hair in a ponytail or whatever, clothes that she got on. She looks nice. You know what I'm saying? She's fit. She's beautiful. She's soft. And you got a guy, because most of those women that I was asking, they wanted a certain type of guy that was going to, quote unquote, take care of them. Okay, so you're competing for a small percentage of men. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, not even myself, like it's not a lot of guys that can honestly take care of you where you don't have to work. So that's a small percentage type of man. So understand this, you're going to have to compete for that guy. So that guy is attracting all types of women because like 100% of women want this type of guy, right? It's like, okay, yeah. So, so get to the point. I was like, okay, all right. So if you have to compete, if he has a choice of this young lady that has all of her ducks in a row, and when she steps out the house, she understands that I have to look presentable because when people see me, they see, my guy or whatever. I'm a representation of him. And if he sees you walking on the back of your house shoes, strike one, you got a bonnet on, strike two, and you're walking around like you don't care about yourself, who do you think that this guy is going to choose? You think he's going to go with the young lady or the woman that, again, is taking care of herself, and she understands that every time that I step out the house, I'm at least going to look presentable or try to look like I'm the best version of myself? Or you think he's going to get with this young lady over here? At a glance, that's a no-brainer, man. Again,
Femininity and poor hygiene.
I just ask questions.
Are polar opposites. To be truly feminine, you have to take care of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Poor hygiene, breast stank, hair stank.
He's showing up, man.
Hands stink. Hands stink. Oh,
dirty nails.
You want to know how a woman's hands stink? You reach out to shake her hand, but you don't shake her hand. You grab her by the hip and you pull her hand up to you, and you make like you're about to kiss her hand.
Oh.
Why? You smelling that mug. So I'll shake Bob's hand. Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Yeah.
But I'll grab Tiffany's hand, and I'll grab Tiffany, and I'll say, Tiffany, charmed. And I'll bring her hand into here like I'm about to kiss it. And if I start smelling garlic and cloves and stuff you've been eating with your fingers, get out of my face, you femininity faker. Because I don't need to know why. You stink. You don't wash your hands. That means you don't wash your hands after you wiped your butt. No. That means let's say she does wash her hands, but she may have a poor diet. And a poor diet, you can smell a poor diet through a person's fingers. Don't think so? I want you to go around your friends who are Korean.
Shalik, the answer to that question
Chinese?
Is absolutely not.
Japanese, not so much. Korean, go around
Go
around your Middle Eastern friends or your friends from India, not Indian, and you can smell their diet through their skin. Curry, cumin, these things come through the pores.
Absolutely.
That's why the perfumery in that part of the world is different, because it blends with those natural body odors.
All right, hold on 1 second, guys. I want to go through another quick question. Well, no, this is not a question. It's actually a comment. Shout out to Miss Barbara. I appreciate like all of the regulars, man, that always come through and show this channel love. I appreciate y'all, man. Miss Barbara says, love what you are doing. I love to see you elevate. Keep up the great work, Katie. I appreciate you. Hey, y'all the reason why I keep going, man. Like, I absolutely love the encouragement and everything, man. I appreciate y'all, seriously. All right, we'll do one more. Shout out to We the People News. Y'all have been rocking with me for, I believe, about a year on this channel, man. I appreciate y'all. It says, hey, Katie, is it okay to send the rest of the questions over? Yeah. For the rest of the audience that may be confused, I'm actually going to be doing a interview with We the People News. And shout out to y'all. Y'all actually been kicking with us for longer than this, now that I think about it, because y'all been trying to get this interview for like a year and a half. But I had to get all of my ducks in a row. I feel like they're starting to get there, man. I don't want to get on camera, you know what I'm saying, until I actually, again, have all my ducks in a row. But yeah, go ahead and send all the rest of those questions over. And yeah, I'm gonna get someone to shoot those, man. And they also said, how soon can you record and send those back over? We'll chop it up, man. We'll chop it up after this live stream, man. I don't want to
case in point,
get too much into
Roja Dove. This is a Roja Dove Middle Eastern fragrance versus his London line. They're for different diets. And it doesn't matter if you high level or low level. You know what you know.
I have no knowledge about any of this stuff.
Poor hygiene.
Put that out.
Poor hygiene.
About the
which goes into the next thing.
We're learning, man. We're learning.
We don't date broke. I talked about it on Instagram with Blake Henry. He don't date broke women. Don't date broke women. We only deal with professional women, and we don't date broke women. Because a broke woman is a problem for so many different reasons. Broke, meaning she can look the part. She may have on Chanel, she may have on Dior, she may have on Louboutin, but then in her house, she's got cleaning products from the Dollar General.
Wait, what's wrong with that, Cal? Come on, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to tell you right now, okay, there are not a lot of times that I disagree with Kevin Samuels, but listen, when it comes to this, I can't rock with it's okay. I don't think anything is wrong with having cleaning supplies from Dollar Tree, as long as your house is clean. All right, I don't give a damn what you clean that mug up with. As long as when I come through the door or whatever, I'm coming over to see everything is pretty much, you know what I'm saying, for a young lady, everything is in place. We good, and it smells decent in there. But yeah, I can't get with that, man. Now, I don't know about the Chanel and all of that other stuff, man. But yeah, I'm good with the cleaning supplies.
You want to see what's in her? She has a nice purse.
Okay.
But she has generic mints. Trust me, gentlemen. Trust me. She's wearing a knockoff of anything.
What's wrong with knockouts, fam?
She's faking. See, faking means you know what it should be, but you don't want to do the work to get it there, so you're going to try to act like you're there. That's the fake part. Hit the like button, folks. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
So I have no idea how much Chanel and Louis Vuitton and all the rest of the other stuff costs. I'm not aware. Again, I've never been a sneakerhead. I've never been one of those people that necessarily pay attention to all of that stuff. I'm one of those people. As long as it looks good on you, then I'm cool with it. I've never been one of those people that's a stickler for. Is that Louis Vuitton? Oh no, that ain't real, fam. Now you got to get up out of here with that. I don't know, man.
And we need to start. I need 5 people to donate. Come on, 5 folks to donate because I'm about to set it off. And guys, I'm teaching you guys this. I don't need to know this. I don't deal with fake feminine women. Matter of fact, yeah. Come on. I don't have to worry about it. And ladies, you want to know what I'm talking about. You ladies, I need you ladies to actually donate because I'm telling you what not to do. Let's go ahead. Don't come in here asking questions without putting in a super chat. Here we go. Here's a super chat link, and it's right below. Y'all need me to play the Jeopardy music? I'll play the Jeopardy music. No broke broads. No chick, no broke women. No cursing at all, ever. It's not allowed. If she curses, what you say is what you say is I don't date women or deal with women who curse. You don't tell women what to do, you just tell them what you don't accept. I don't date women or deal with women who curse. I don't. You can slip. You can be reforming.
You say you can
slip, but you got to catch yourself. Let's say she slips and says, "Oh damn, ooh, my bad." Not gonna have me looking bad out here in front of my friends and colleagues. Hell no. Hey, sprinkle. Go ahead, sprinkle. I know that's the Shira stuff. Come on. Yeah, she sprinkle. I say I don't have a problem with Shira and them say. I don't have a problem with what Michaela and them say. I don't. They won't ever get my boys, but do your thing. Hey, knock yourself out. All right, no cursing. Definitely has no poor hygiene. Poor hygiene, man. Come on, man.
That's a big no. Not
stinky breath, stinky yoni. Come on,
man. Come on.
And then
come on.
Buying knockoffs, fakes, or whatever, broke, cheap, $high product. But what I'm really about to get into is the bulk. So curses, poor hygiene.
Cursing, poor hygiene.
Hold on.
So, he's naming some of the red flags right now. Cursing, poor hygiene. But he also said, listen, if it just happens to slip, that's understandable. You know what I mean? I mean, you gonna give somebody a pass if they just blurt out a curse word, somebody stepped on their toe or something like that happened, man. That's understandable. But if they just out here just, you know what I'm saying, just cursing up a storm, that's not nobody that you want to take around around your family. That's not a respectful young lady. That's what I'm saying.
Cursing.
That's what he's saying.
Poor hygiene, broke, that femininity fake and stuff.
Broke.
Don't know how to act.
Don't know how to act
in
public.
And when I'm talking about knowing how to act, private, this is about to hurt. Because there is a story that's been kind of going out by a woman who's here in the Atlanta area. And this is not a direct response to her, but it's of import right now. Her name is April Mason. I don't know her personally. But she had the story out saying how her cousin was about to be abducted by 3 men. I listened to the story.
Thank you for the game. Trying to be the best version of me. I will be booking. Consult with you in 2020.
Cool. I listened to the story.
CIA Seattle investing in my tuition.
Anytime you hear that, that's a super chat, man.
And I need you guys to pay attention to what I'm about to say. Because I don't beef. I don't want even this.
Yeah, me either.
I knew this, and I've done this with my guys, and I tell my guys to look out for this before anything else. You want to know instantly without doing all the other stuff I just ran down? You want to know instantly if you're dealing with a woman who's feminine or masculine. You want to know how to instantly tell.
Once they come close,
this is what you do. Stare at her. You stop what you're doing, take your headphones out, you make direct eye contact. Open your body, broaden out. Look directly at her. Preferably, if let's say at an upward angle, looking direct at her. If she stares back
and don't smile,
you have a problem. Step two, bark on her and see what she does. Case in point, last week, or not last week, well, this happened 3 days ago. I do this all the time. I did it last night while I was out eating dinner. A woman will come into my space, or I will come into a space where she is, and I will immediately look at her. And she has to be by herself. She has to be by herself. A woman was parking her car. She backed her car in. Automatically a problem right there. Women who back their car in, not feminine. No. That's a man thing. Sorry.
Hey, man. Hey, Kevin, show it out, dog. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not rocking with this.
That's a man thing. You ain't backing your car in to get a quick way out. You backing your car in because you're a dude. The woman was parking her car, putting on her apron, getting ready to go into a restaurant. I looked, but I'm walking out, and I stood, and I stared, and I looked at her, and said, "So you're just gonna park in my parking space?" I said, "So you're just gonna park right there?"
She smiled.
Without hesitation. You know what this woman who was all of 5'3", 140 pounds did?
I'm about to snap on you.
Outside in the parking lot, in the dark. You know what this woman did? So what you gonna do? Automatic. It wasn't even a microsecond. She clipped.
Really, really quick. Hey, y'all. Can y'all stop sending me messages? Comment down below, man. Don't send me messages.
You can tell if a woman is a fake femininity if she is quick to fight. Because that is something you cannot fake. You cannot hide. When a person is pressed, when a person is under pressure, they revert to who they truly are. And if you have a woman who was smaller than you, weighs less than you, alone, isolated in the dark, and her first instinct is to fight you, that is a masculine mindset.
Wow.
Think about what I just said. You're alone in the parking lot, in the dark. She couldn't have did nothing with me if I decided I wanted to boop her upside her head. But she not only did she bark back, she decided to square up. And I said, "So you're just gonna park right there?" And I said, and immediately, as soon as she started laughing, I said, I started laughing. I was like, no, this kid, you know what? It took her half a second. She was like, oh, I was about to say, she felt, about 5 seconds later, I could tell she felt mortified. She was like, oh, damn, you got me. I'm like, oh, so you putting on your apron, you're about to go into work. Yeah. I was like, okay, go make that money. But right then, I knew that woman. I was like, that woman's a fake femininity. Fake women who are quick to fight. I do this all the time. And you know what? When I did it to a...
Y'all know how I am, man. So here's the thing when it comes to all of this information and stuff that he has given. One thing about me is I try to remain open-minded about everything, anything that anybody is saying. Which means, it could be true. It could. I mean, we can put this doggone test in the real world and actually see if this honestly works. I mean, because when I'm hearing this type of information, I'm just like, man, ain't no way in the world this can be true. But I mean, we can test it out. We can test it out a little bit later on the channel and see. That's crazy though, man.
A white woman sitting at a bar last night. I'm sitting at the bar. There's this brother sitting here. You guys on Instagram saw where I was. This white woman came in
check out his IG.
with two guys. He sat there right next to me. I said, "Oh, so you're just gonna take my seat?" Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was like, no, I'm just kidding. No. See, Becky, first thing she did was got feminine. This is why
I think that could have something to do with your environment as well, man. You know what I mean? I mean, Just saying that could have something to do with your environment.
Yeah, a long time ago, if you want our protection, start asking for it. But you know what? You don't. A lot of times, you don't. That's why this whole April Mason piece has important, because she was talking about how her cousin was almost being abducted and whatever. And I'm listening to the story. But when she said her cousin walked into the Circle K, that's where it went wrong for me. And she pulled out her phone like she was about to call somebody. And this guy was walking behind her. She should have been calling the manager, 911, help me. But no. You're gonna walk around the store, you're gonna handle it yourself, walk. Then the Circle K manager gonna come over there and say, excuse me, sir. And then you're gonna steal, but there's a problem. But then you're gonna leave there and get in the Uber and go. And then later on, you're gonna call the police and then call out the police for what they ain't doing. Quick to fight. Go watch the video. I don't want to make this about her, but this is something I've taught and told my guys automatically. You want to know instantly if you're dealing with a woman who's truly feminine. Confront her. Confront her. I do this all the time. I'll do it in a joking way. Oh, so you're just gonna sit there, huh?
They say, run away. Melanie, say you heard of the story?
There's no two ways about it. If she goes from having her red bottoms and her Chanel, so don't talk about, I'll snatch this wig off and I'll get ghetto and I'm refined hood, all of that means not a good thing for what you really want. Feminine women don't fight. Ever. Feminine women fight by other means. They defend themselves by other means. They use the system.
All right, so let's try to break down what he's saying right here, man. So he's basically, when he's speaking about feminine women, he's just basically saying feminine women, they lead with, how soft they are. All right? They get their way by being feminine and remaining in their femininity no matter what. You know what I mean? Or at least in the beginning. You know what I mean? From what he was saying, even though he used a Caucasian young lady, I do believe and I do know even some sisters out there, some black women, some of our, some women that I grew up around, that they are actually like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you approach them like, you know what I'm saying, then you're just gonna sit in my seat like that? Oh my God, I'm sorry. But I think that it also, like, when I look at those women that I'm speaking about, it has a lot to do with their environment and how they were raised. But if you look at most of those young women, again, that come from a rough background or come from the hood or whatever, then they're going, of course, they're going to result back to what they are used to, which is being defensive. Like, hey, I got to protect myself. I got to be ready at all times, versus those young women that grew up in a softer or better environment. You know what I mean? Most of the time, the reason why those young women lead like that is because of how they grew up, how they were raised. So, I mean, that's how I'm taking it.
That woman who I said something to in the parking lot, all she had to do, what her response should have been, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Mm-hmm.
But yet, I can't be looking weak. You ain't gonna talk to me that way. I mean, I'm really. And this is sad because I need you women to understand something. You are the smaller, weaker vessel. Just because you can puff up and talk a lot, if a man decides he wanted to do something, how you gonna stop it? But that's why you have to really reframe if you really want to be feminine, beautiful, and inspirational. If you really, why are you typing in all caps, John? Stop typing in all caps, man. That's John. Stop typing in all caps.
So you will block you.
Do that, man. Joe, J Doe. Stop typing in all caps. This is going to be a problem for so many women because this is the way to really test whether or not a woman is ethanol. A true octane A true octane, pure gas won't fight because they can't win. They cannot win in a physical confrontation with a man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It is a truth. Like I said last night when I was at the bar.
Hey, shout out to the Ultimate Red Pill.
I've done this often.
That's a really
in my life. I've done it at least 3 or 4 times a week here in Atlanta just to see what's going to happen. Running my own little social experiment.
That's a great question, bro.
My own little social experiment. And ladies, if you are quick to try to fight back, why? Why are you quick to fight back? Why are you quick to want to pop off at the mouth? What can you really do to a man? Even these guys you say are punk beta males. What can you really do to a man who has 70 times more hand strength than you do? What can you do? Even these guys that you call a small, weak beta male, they're far stronger than you.
He's asking the women right now, I guess. Talking to the women.
They're far stronger than you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Drinking that Red Bull. Steady drinking that doggone Red Bull.
Nothing. You can't do nothing. You're equipped to do nothing.
I'll tell you what you do, ladies. You lead with your femininity, man. I promise you. The things that you can get just from remaining feminine, when it comes to, again, you leading with your masculinity or leading that way, it's going to be a lot harder to get things to go your way if you just remain in your feminine. You're beautiful. I'm telling you, man, guys, we break down for that type of stuff. A soft young lady, if you honestly want your way, you remain soft and you ask that guy, whatever it is you want to, hey, can I get that parking space? There's a lot of guys, man, like, hey, she's beautiful, she's bad. Yeah, I'll go ahead and park on down there and let you get that, man. Instead of you, again, trying to lead and be masculine, like, get out of that doggone parking space and, man, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't moving.
And automatically,
try being soft or remaining
automatically femininity. A man who knows, even though he can't explain it as well, that you're not one to be dealing with. If a woman is masculine, don't even talk to her. My boys, the top 20%, the master of the universe, Henry's. Dude, you don't need to be dealing with masculine women in your personal life. You can't really choose what happens in the work world if you work in a company or business, but you want to avoid contact with masculine women as much as possible because there's always going to come a time in human interpersonal communication that there's going to be conflict. But see, men, we meter ourselves. Man to man, we edit ourselves. Because between one man to another, there's always a low-level threat of possible violence. That's why you can have 2 men who are heads of state. You can have 2 men who are CEOs of Fortune 100 companies.
That can work to, yeah, I agree with he's saying when it comes to that as well, man, because we understand that, listen, we both have an end goal, all right? Even though, a lot of people may say you can't have 2 alphas, I believe that is bull. If we are both working towards a common goal, we understand we're going to see the logic. We're going to always see the bigger picture. All right, I know in order for us to get there, we have to work together. And we understand that. We're not going to bump heads because, again, we understand that in order for us both to get there, we have to do this. And, again, even when it comes to a football team, you got a captain on the offensive side, you got a captain on the defensive side. Listen, I'm going to command my troops. You command your doggone troops on offense. Get everybody together on defense. On the defensive side, I'm going to get everybody together. And collectively, we're going to win this championship together. We both understand that. And, when it comes to some, I'm not going to say all, but some young ladies, they don't understand that. They feel like they need to be in charge. They need to be ruling or whatever. And things don't always go so well.
But there's a line where they don't cross because we're men. And there's always I'll just take this time off and let's get with it. Women don't fear a low-level threat of violence from men today because society and the world and rules are such that women are automatically protected by the state and the system. I mean, honestly, back before women had these protections, women had to edit themselves and watch that mouth and their actions because going upside her head for being aggressive and confrontational.
This is why he's saying avoid these type of women so you won't get to that point. Because if you have an aggressive young lady that's going to continue to try to provoke you, it's just better not to get involved with that young lady. Because when it comes to a lot of guys, that's going to end bad. All right. So it's just best to go ahead and avoid these ladies altogether.
Was expected. And the thing is, far too often, you have, especially women in the professional sector, who are used to getting out here competing, not understanding that you're in a man's space, but you're not a man. So you can be a tough, hard-nosed competitor, but most women don't know where the line is drawn. So they cross it. And guys automatically look and say, if you were a man and did or said what you just said, I'd snatch your soul. If you were a man, but see, here's the thing. If a 5'10" man was talking to a 5'5" man, and a 5'10" man weighed 170 pounds, and a 5'5" man weighed 140 pounds, the 5'5" man could very well possibly beat the brakes off the 5'10" man. That 5'10" man realized that even if he won, he's still gonna get hit. They have to weigh the pros and cons and the consequences of a physical conflict. A 5'10" man fighting a 5'4", 5'5" woman is a foregone conclusion unless she's a trained fighter. You're going to have to pick something up because you cannot generate enough force to do nothing to that man.
Oh my God.
Your best punch would be laughable. All he would have to do is push you. But we live in a civilized world, and women who fight are uncivilized, i.e. not feminine. And everything else I said before that, cursing, not feminine, it's masculine. Poor hygiene, not feminine, masculine. Cheap products around the house, certainly. Something that men have to learn the value of buying better products and things around the house. We have to learn the difference between 1-ply and 2-ply toilet tissue. Men have to be taught these things because we don't. It's not that men don't buy this stuff, and it's not that it's so feminine. Men have to be taught, but men understand. Etiquette are rules that we put in place to keep us from killing each other. Men to men. Ladies, you have to have more etiquette. And the main thing is if you are quick to fight, you can't. I mean, I listened to the video and I'm like, in one minute you're saying men need to protect you, and another minute you cursing and talking all this, F this, F that, and this, that. And I'm like, all this cursing? You're not that says nothing. That's commitment.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I have X'd out a lot, but this is in the past. You know what I mean? When I was on the dating scene, but when it comes to that smoking and drinking, I'm gonna tell you right now, cut off. When it comes to that cursing, you being loud, I will stick your butt. Well, I used to put your butt in the friend zone so freaking quick for that, because I already understood. You know what I'm saying? Going into it, that this is not a young lady that seems like she wants to change. All right. She's too hard. And I believe that I saved myself a lot of headaches because of that. Again, man, that's why it's so important to vet the people that you plan on spending your time and your energy with.
You don't protect that. I don't care. If you just turn the video off and didn't see the way the woman looked, you'd be like,
right.
Protect that?
Take away.
You work against yourselves. So you need to ask yourself a question. Truly, if you claim to be feminine, are you quick to fight? If confronted by a complete stranger in the parking lot, in any one of those scenarios, if somebody if a man with a scorpion say, so you just gonna park there? Would your first instinct be to, who the hell you think you talking to? Or would your first instinct be to, oh my God, oh my bad? Would your first instinct be to fight? Or would it be to, I'm sorry? Would you apologize? Which one would it be, ladies? Ladies, which one would it be? I need you to honestly answer the question. Ladies, if your first instinct would be to fight, if your first instinct would be to, oh, I'm sorry. Put a 1 if your first instinct is to fight. Put a 2 if your first instinct is to, oh, I'm sorry.
If most of them are being,
see, we always associate that with Becky and white girl and da 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 da. But I have never done this to a non-women. I've never had one. I can't recall one right now who's ever just. I take that back. I can't get one. And she looked older than she was older than me, and she looked like she had been drinking. So all things being equal, again, 1 to 1, not in a group, 1 to 1.
We're going to put this to the test.
And preferably with no alcohol, no nothing. You're just a man and a woman in a space.
We're going to put this.
Donna says 2. Janice says 2. Okay. So then you guys need to do this is why. So here's the promo break. For my women's event coming up next weekend.
Women's event.
Next weekend. I already have close to a dozen women attending from outside the Atlanta area. A lot of you women have been hitting me up asking to attend the virtual boardroom portion. You want to attend the boardroom portion? Because we're going to talk about truly being FBI and how men look at it. If you want to attend the boardroom portion, send me an email. It's $449 for the boardroom portion. From 8 to 12:30. Boardroom portion. And no, it's going to be. People have asked me, can I, if I come to the boardroom portion, is it going to be available? The boardroom portion for the men's event is the boardroom portion. If you're interested in attending, the emails will go out tonight for everybody who's responding so they want to attend. I'm only going to sell so many virtual tickets because we're going to never broadcast. But look at all those twos. Look at all those twos. And thank you for being honest. Two. After being startled, too. What does being startled have to do with anything? You're a woman. You can't do anything to a man.
He's talking about average men and average women, I'm guessing.
But with my new friends, definitely one. No. And the truth is, no, it has nothing to do with being startled. If being startled puts you in a position, I mean, you're faking. That's why I said it's fake femininity. Any of you women who sit back and say you would fake like you can whoop a man's ass, that's dumb. I mean, let's just get real. If you are trying to fake like you can whoop a grown man's ass, that is stupid. Because what if he takes you up on it? See, what you do is if a dude barks on you, you bark back. You're hoping he's not real. You're hoping that he's not serious. You're hoping that he backs down. You're hoping, you're like, well, everybody else backs down. He ain't gonna hit me because he don't want to go to jail and whatever. You're hoping that he doesn't say, what the fuck you hoping he just don't rush you and go to work on you? Because in that moment, what you gonna do? You gonna outrun him? No. Whatever that guy would decide to do, you'd have to take it. You'd have to be stomped down. And then whatever happened with the system, you're still jacked up. We don't have any ones, Greg. And the thing is, it makes no logical sense, but it's so hardwired into some of the women. And that's the thing. Men, through these other methods that are just shadows of the forest, that is the forest that guys really see. You can have your hair done and your makeup, your face can be beat to the gods, and you can look great and feminine, and you can sit there and drink Chardonnay and eat escargot and talk politics and art and history and all this other kind of stuff. But as soon as somebody says something to your pretty sedity self, soon as somebody says something to your upper scale, upper class, bougie self, you want to get ghetto. It's happened how many times on YouTube if you heard women who are attorneys, physicians, who are supremely educated, attractive, but you've heard them get ratchet and ghetto and just, it's five red flags for femininity fakers. So what do you do about it? Well, one, you stop making excuses for it. I think the result of masculine women in our culture is linked to history. I don't care. I don't care what it's linked to. I don't care how we justify it.
That was one of the things that
Jim Crow, slavery, antebellum slavery, white supremacy, whatever, I don't care. And you don't get the benefit of the doubt. No, there are no acceptable excuses in a social world. Zero. Give yourself no excuses. It's the only way you're going to be able to get past this piece. I don't care about the causes and all that kind of stuff. I'm an image consultant, a professional, personal, and corporate image consultant. My business focuses strictly on outcomes.
Says they don't make
excuses for reasons why. Outcomes and results.
Chill, man. Before you begin to start a riot, brother. Hold on. Hold your comments, man. Hold your comments.
Outcomes. Outcomes. All of these men need to protect their situations. The majority of them would not even happen.
You force me to put my hands on you, I will make it worth the jail time.
What?
The majority of these men need to protect any woman in this scenario.
Hey, well, they showing out on both streams, man.
Would not happen if these women would back down. Back down. Submit. Acquiesce. Yeah, I'm gonna just say that. Back down. You should be bucking up to a man. Back down. Submit. Acquiesce. Cower. Be weak. Yes, all that. All that. Ooh, trigger alert. Trigger alert. Trigger alert. Trigger alert. Trigger alert. Uh-oh. He said be weak. He said submit. He said back down. He said cower. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, back down. What?
The crazy thing is, if I'm thinking about two soft women right now, if you were to say these things to those two soft women, like, yeah, I mean, of course I'm going to back down. I know I'm not stronger than a man. Why in the world would I? But then again, you got them hard, trying to be tough women. You said it to them,
back
but I'm like, what?
Back down.
That's crazy, man.
Because you can't handle the smoke. And don't nobody need to protect you. See, you want to be protected,
because those soft
back down and let the protection happen.
That will protect.
Let's take that scenario that she said. If everything happened the way it's supposed to happen, she should have ran her butt up in the Circle K, and she should have been on 911 as she's running the Circle K talking about help. Help, 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 oh help, save me, save me. She should have ran there and said, help me, where's the manager? Can somebody call the police? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, these guys are following me in this church. And let the men come in. What's going on? Let's call the police and what's going on? Because then at least people can believe the story. It makes it a hell of a lot more believable. Like, what's going on, man? This woman says, dude's a doctor. Get out there and call the police. Get up there. Let the system take place. Versus you run your ass up in the Circle K and then you gonna handle it, right? You gonna handle it. You gonna handle it. I got it, girl. I'm gonna get on the phone and act like I'm doing something. You got a fucking phone. You got a phone. You got a phone. You got a phone that says what? Emergency call? Every time you want something to do something, damn thing don't do it. You got a phone that says emergency call. The phones are set up to do this. The phones are set up for emergencies.
I swear, if I mash too many doggone buttons on my iPhone,
right?
It'll damn try to alert the damn police. Hey,
oh no, phones are set up for emergencies.
I'm doing a different type of activity, brother. Nah, I'm joking.
But your first instinct has to be weak. Help. Why is that so hard?
Those are women that don't need to be protected.
I would love to see Kevin's take on T.I. and fatherhood. I have no problem with what he said. And anybody that does, you're going to have to explain to me why a man, it's his job to protect his daughter. And if there's, here's an answer on it. If T.I. had been Tiny, it wouldn't be a story. If Tiny had said what T.I. said, they'd be saying, that's right. Finally, we got a black parent out here that's doing the right thing. See,
what happened?
You don't need to debate all this. Just flip the men and women. You want to know what the outcome would be? Flip the man and woman in any situation. Flip like even this situation.
I want to.
What should have happened? That woman should have backed down. She should have backed down. She should have backed down. Ran to the police. Let the police do it. He does what he wants. No. We don't have to answer that question, guys. What if Tiny had done what T.I. did? She would be on the cover of every woman's magazine saying protecting the next generation. They put her on the $50 bill. Fuck Harriet Tubman on the 20. She'd be on the 50. Tiny be on the 50. Ooh, we changing this single motherhood. Tiny be on the $50 bill. Escape be getting back together. She'd have a new single and shit. Yeah, man. You know, that's right. That's right. So, that's about all I got to say
about his daughter's virginity. I remember that.
You know, like I said, no disrespect to any of the people involved, and this was going to be the subject last week. Just had things come up, and like, okay, if your first instinct is to buck, to fight, to defend yourself, that's masculine. You want to fight, that's masculine. Then you're faking femininity. I don't care how pretty you are. I don't care how refined you. There's no such thing as refined ghetto, refined hood. There's no such thing as I'm bad and bougie. There's nope. None of that stuff.
The gynecologist.
If you're interested in going to the women's event and attending by a virtual ticket,
I'm a retired police officer. I spent 22 years rescuing these supposed strong women.
Make sure she's
rescued after they've been boogered up. Nope. If you want to attend the women's event next Saturday, it'll be a virtual ticket.
I'd love to get y'all take on that, man. What do y'all think about that, man? What do y'all think about T.I. and his daughter?
All right, I'm sorry if it triggered you, if it bothered you, but the facts are, here's the thing. Any guy in here who's Blake Henry or a CIA man, if you consider yourself to be a good dude, a decent dude, a guy who's out here looking for feminine women for a long, if you're a dude out here looking for feminine women, do you agree with what I said about being quick to fight? If you agree with what I've said as a man, put a 1, and if you disagree, put a 5 in there. So don't listen to me, ladies, look at the men. Guys, if you agree with overall what I'm saying,
what he's been saying about those red flags of femininity,
not attractive.
Right, it's all this, you know, Harley Quinn and all this. Knock it off. Charlie's Angel, knock it off. Don't listen to me. I want you to look at the guys in the chat room. Look at all the ones.
Oh, they agree. Everybody's agreeing.
You mean he don't want Annie Oakley next to him?
Who?
You mean he don't need you? All right, ladies, look at all the ones. Look at all the ones. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like what I'm saying. Look at all the ones. King. If you got one dude that says a 5, and I guarantee the dude that says a 5, the kind of woman that would want to be with you, ain't the kind of woman we deal with. Ladies, go the king, whoever king. This is a man who does not. He wants you to fight. Good luck with that. But I like when even if he's a troll or not, still use him for what I use him for. Still use him for what I use him for. Ladies, that's what it comes down to.
Right,
now the question is,
closed,
how you gonna get that out of your system?
Let's get into some of these questions.
How you gonna get it out of your system? How you gonna get it out of your system? Because it becomes a knee-jerk reaction.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that has to be, you can't, there's not enough watching videos. There's not enough reading books. You're going to have work done individually to get this out of your psyche. You have to be reprogrammed. Whether it's psychologically through a licensed counselor and then you have to have it reprogrammed to you from a coach. Life coach, image consult, you're going to have to. You can't fake this. You can't pray it away. TDJ can't help you. They can't help you. None of the ministries at church gonna be able to get it up out of you. You're going to have to break that bread.
Got some really, really good questions below, man. Y'all just sit tight.
So, all right, I got stuff to do. Stop eating at Chick-fil-A. Would it be a problem with Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A? Wait.
See, imagine how much easier life would be if you didn't have to fake femininity. You were really in your feminine, regardless as to who you are. You're really in your feminine. You already got the systems in place. Mm-hmm. You already have hundreds, thousands of years of human recorded history. Do what it do. Okay, let me address this. This is that silly stuff. Becky is the most aggressive. All right, if that's the case, then they always want to come in talking to this silly, that pro stuff. Show me the video evidence, not the one-off of a cop. Show me the video. Show me the World Star equivalents. Show me the country music version of World Star. Show me any of it. Don't give me any of these stuff from officials. Show me the fights. Show it to me. Make an entire channel. And then even if you do, it still ain't going to change your outcome. More deflection from we don't have to change nothing. Well, actually, I take that back. You're not for the guys over here. No, she can't get about it because, but see, the thing is, like I said, my live streams aren't for everybody. My live streams are for people who want to be over here.
There it is.
So, hey, if you want to fight and talk all that other stuff,
another channel.
Go on that way. Go on that way and enjoy. Plenty of room for that. All right, then. We're out of here. Peace.
So this was definitely a different type of live stream. Y'all know most of the almost every single last live stream that we have done so far since like doing a deep dive through all this information and stuff that we have been getting from Kevin Samuels. It's been all about men becoming the best version of themselves, like really focusing on that image thing. But today it was definitely different. But we're gonna go through some of these comments, man, because last time we had somebody that said, "Hey, Katie, can you remember to check the comments after you start the live stream because a lot of comments don't get read." So we're gonna go through all the comments, man. We're gonna go through all the comments and make sure that we did answer everything. I spoke to all these people or whatever. And the ultimate red pill. One of the first questions we had was, "What's a red flag to you?" You got any red flags, DJ Larry, that you could think of offhand?
Let me see. Attitude
Absolutely.
is a red flag. Just straight up attitude.
Telling you.
Nasty attitude is a red flag. Sarcasm
Oh
can be a
man,
red flag.
absolutely, man.
You know, there's so many red flags we tend to overlook.
Mm-hmm.
The smallest thing
Mm-hmm.
can eventually turn out to be a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say just watch for everything. And what you don't like, speak on it.
Absolutely.
Because if you hold it in just because she's fine or he's sexy,
Oh,
if you
man.
hold it in and overlook it,
Mm-hmm.
later on down the line, if you stay with that person 2 or 3 years later, that small thing is going to get on your nerves. It's going to annoy you.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to make you hate that person.
Yeah.
So speak on whatever it is you don't like, whatever you see, speak on it. If that person is not able to change it, and it bothers you, then that person is not for you.
Absolutely. Addressing the issue, man. I love what he just said, man. Address that issue as soon as it comes. Like, man, you got to look at it like this. Like Kevin Samuels said, close your eyes. Close your eyes. No matter what they look like or whatever, man, how good they is in bed or whatnot. We're gonna address the issue right now. Hey, I don't like it, what I'm saying, when you're loud. I don't like it when you're cursing. I don't like, when we go out and you're doing these things. And if that person honestly loves, they care about you, and they respect you, then they're going to try to do things to make sure that they don't upset you. And understand this is not picking any arguments. This is just me being honest with you. Like, listen, I don't like when you do that. You know what I'm saying? And if there's anything that you don't like about me or you don't like the things that I do, then we can, you can bring that up. We can address it or whatever, and we can try to move forward with that thing. Because if you're building with somebody and you plan on being around that person long term, then y'all should be able to have those type of conversations without, getting in your feelings about it. And I'm gonna say this, fellas, try not to be aggressive. Women, try not to use your emotions to get the upper hand because you got a lot of women out there that will cry or whatever. You know what I'm saying? When you try to address something, I think that's a huge red flag. If I can't, yeah, again, just as simple as have a conversation with you and you're sitting there crying, getting over emotional every time I bring up something that I don't like, that's an issue. That's an issue, and you need to separate yourself from those type of people. All right, let's see. What's good, bro? Hey, I appreciate y'all, man, again for chiming in, man, and spreading the love. I really do appreciate that. We the people news. I'm gonna look over the rest of those questions, man. You definitely get in my business, but I appreciate it though, man. I'm gonna answer all of them. I'm gonna answer all of them, and we're gonna get to it. What would be the first step? Yeah, we went through that, Melanie. We talked about that. What would be the first step for guys? Oh, she also said, "Do you believe this?" To a certain extent, I think that one thing about Kevin Sims is he is really, really good about drawing people in and the titles, and then you have like little clips and stuff that he can put out there to help him go viral to get more eyeballs and everything, which is always good when it comes to content. That's why I said he is actually one of the best content creators because he knows how to grab and keep those people's attention, man. Hey, understand this, you can potentially gain a lot more, not just followers, but enemies when you do that. But hey, it comes with the territory, man. It comes with the territory. But some of the stuff I would say I agree with, and some of the stuff I disagree with. I don't think on any subject, you're gonna always agree with somebody 100%. But again, I do respect what some of the stuff that he was saying. All right, so this is a tough question. Shout out to the Ultimate Red Pill channel again for coming through. That said, how do we get black women back to being soft? Hot damn. Let me drink some water. Good grief. It's a great question, brother. That is an excellent freaking question, man. Oh man. Uh, you got anything?
I would say, oh man, that was a real good question.
Yeah, man.
Real good. You stumped me.
Yeah.
I would say step outside of the box, you as a person, and do the things that they're not used to. Break them down, because everybody can be broken down.
Absolutely.
If you break somebody down, they'll become soft again. But you have to do things for them, to them, that they're not exposed to, that they have not been exposed to.
Okay.
And then it'll soften them up, and that's my idea.
Absolutely, I respect that. I definitely respect that. I love that, man. I love that answer. And just to kind of piggyback off, because he definitely gave me some ideas with it. I appreciate that. But I will say this, man. So the question was again, how do we get black women back to being soft? First and foremost, it's going to start with their mindset, being open to change. That's going to be the very first thing, man. So if you have a young lady, a black woman that is open to change, then that's when we can go ahead and start putting
Right.
things into place to really change, the way that they have been operating. And young women, young black women, if you haven't been getting the results that you want in life, then you have to be open and willing to make those changes in order to get whatever results that you want in life. All right. So with that being said, I would definitely advise those young women to go seek some freaking therapy. All right. Understand, black men, black women, we all honestly need therapy. A lot of us have went through things and stuff in life that we still have not dealt with till this day. And we're in our 30s, 40s, and 50 years old, and we're still dealing with old childhood trauma. You need to deal with and get with a professional that's going to honestly help you navigate through that thing and help you heal from that. So after you have done that, you've gotten a therapy or whatever, the next thing would be to get with a coach. A coach, maybe, again, whatever results you're trying to get in life, understand that there is a man or a woman out there that has went through that process. It may not be the exact same process that you have went through, but similar. And they could help you get those results. So if you want a man that is taking care of the household or whatever, I think it would be really, really good to get in the pocket of that young lady. All right. And speak to that young lady. Like, how in the world did you get, this type of guy? A guy that's maybe, I'm saying, an alpha male that takes charge or whatever and is leading his family in the right direction. Like, how did you get him? Well, she can probably give you some pointers where I was always soft. I'm always been that listening ear that he's always needed. I've always been, make sure that I keep up with my femininity, make sure I kept up with my beauty. Every time that even now, every time that he sees me, I try to make sure that I keep myself up, and he always knows that I am there. Loyalty, that's a huge thing, man. Oh my God. Unwavering loyalty. No matter what, he knows that I'm going to be here for him. Him and him only. I don't give a damn about anything else that's out there. I know the man that I picked to lead my life, to live my life with, the partner or whatever, is the guy that I look up to, that I trust, and all that. Man, listen, hey, we can go down that doggone rabbit hole, but yeah, definitely therapy and definitely coaching. I think, what I'm saying, that'll help us or help y'all get back to being soft. Because again, my grandmother.
Honesty too.
Yeah, absolutely,
Honesty
absolutely,
and
yeah.
communication.
Oh
Two
yeah,
big keys.
good. Grief
Yeah.
hit the doggone hammer, doggone nail on the hammer, man. Jeez. Absolutely, man. That honesty and absolutely being able to communicate with that man, because I'm honestly seeing it now. I see a lot of men that are getting to the point where they are open and willing to talk. Even though, again, growing up, we've never been taught to speak and talk about our emotions. We've always been taught to hold that thing in, ball it up, and throw that mug away, chuck it off somewhere. But I honestly see a lot of men are waking up now, man. They're waking up and they're like, listen, I'm willing to talk. I'm willing to communicate with you. But I just need to make sure that this is a safe place. You know what I'm saying? The things that we talk about, Don't go out there and talk about what we got going on to other people, to no family. Yeah, no family member, no friends, no coworkers. No, what happens at home stays at home. Anything that we got going on, let's try to navigate and figure this thing out together. Man, that communication is definitely that's a huge one, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, dog, for real. Oh man, y'all hitting it, boy. They said, when is it okay? When is it okay to just leave when your woman does not understand that you don't want a hard woman? When is it okay to leave? Man, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This is a tough one for me because one thing, another thing that they always tell men is to always stay.
Yeah, but
That's
if it's
tough,
not
man.
healthy,
Yeah.
and you're not happy,
Mm-hmm.
then me. I don't
Yeah.
think if you can't work it out,
Yeah.
you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not willing to change, you're
Yeah.
not willing to change, then I would say part ways.
Yeah.
Be
Absolutely.
happy.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
ultimate goal, the ultimate thing out of life is your happiness,
Mm-hmm.
her happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not happy, go your separate ways. Maybe she'll find somebody else that'll make her happy, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And again, I think this is extremely
This is a
tough for me
good one.
because oftentimes, I mean, even from the older generation, your grandpa, you know what I'm saying? All that, hey, I don't give a damn what she got going on. Y'all got to stick, yeah, you got to stick it out and all that other stuff, man. But again, it goes back to making sure that you are courting and vetting the right
Yeah.
type of young lady. Man, this is so freaking important because who you lay with every night is the biggest financial decision you ever make in your life, the biggest mental decision you ever make in your life, physical, the whole nine. That thing, I promise you, man.
And you know what? Keep in mind, don't ask her to do something that
Mhm.
you're not willing to do
Facts.
yourself.
Mhm.
So if you want her to change,
Yeah.
some things about her,
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure she's gonna want some things for
Yeah.
you to change.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not willing to change,
Yeah.
if you want her to change,
Mhm.
then you gotta, do some self-evaluation, look in the mirror, and make some decisions.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Do not be asking for the whole nine or like everything up under the sun and you're not doing the work yourself. That's why I always tell guys, especially on this channel, before you get into a relationship or whatever, before you expect change out of anybody else, you need to be doing the work on your doggone self first, man. And if you're not willing to do that, don't expect anybody else to change. Like, you want me to clean up, mofo? You don't even clean. So why are you asking for these doggone things? Like, but yeah, man, definitely be open and willing to start on yourself first before you start to ask for a change, man. Great question, man. Great doggone question. Man, heck yeah, man. Next question is, how does a man deal with a masculine woman?
Wow.
Y'all, man, come on, man. God, dog. Y'all must know I got help today because I promise you that boy would have been stuck.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna inject myself into this.
Okay.
Now, even now, my wife has that masculine attitude.
Yeah.
I used to come back at her,
Mm-hmm.
thinking I was gonna put my strength against her strength, whatever.
Yeah.
It never worked.
Mm-hmm.
It got worse.
Okay.
I love my wife. I don't plan on going anywhere. So what I did was I just gave into it.
Okay.
She eventually calmed down.
Okay.
Whatever she asked me to do, I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't let her go too far with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you let her go too far with it and she start punking you, then
yeah.
You don't want to be punked in your own house.
Yeah, right.
You gotta let her know where you stay and say what you mean and mean what you say.
Mm-hmm.
And show her some things. You think I'm joking? I'll do this.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta scare them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not physically, like you're gonna harm them.
Yeah, yeah.
Walk away for a minute.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they'll say, okay, I don't want to lose this dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me calm down.
Absolutely.
So you show them some stuff that you're willing to do.
Mm-hmm.
As far as leaving, whatever even if you're not gonna leave, act like you're gonna leave. Leave out the house.
Yeah.
And go somewhere.
Kevin
She'll
Hart.
call your phone. Yeah, she'll
Kevin
call you. Baby, where you at? Come home. I'm sorry. And eventually she'll change and you'll get it right where you want her.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. I'm gonna say this. When it comes to my past, it's been a minute, man, because I haven't necessarily really dealt with any new women or whatnot. But I will say this. When it comes to dealing with, I don't know, people, period, man, I think that you have to know who you are first and foremost. All right. And if people know who you are, they know, what I'm saying, how you operate the whole nine. And it's not me trying to be mean, it's just me just being me. And they understand that, listen, I have to, this mofo got to operate like this because, what I'm saying, with everything that I have going on throughout my day, that's the reason why I live my life like an open book. I'm always on freaking camera. So they already know, like, hey, Katie done had a long freaking day. So let me try my best not to stress about. But just to answer your question, man, again, just be who you are. And the thing about me, respect is a huge thing in my book. I always try to respect people and I expect the exact same thing in return. So, if I'm being respectful to you, be respectful to me.
One more thing. If you don't want to deal with a masculine woman, don't date them.
Yeah. There it is right there. That's right. Yeah. That's easy.
Go your separate way.
Heck yeah.
That's not what you want.
And like we were speaking about those red flags and everything up front, like if you see, like, what I'm saying, hey, she's being extremely aggressive and all the other stuff, then I already know, hey, we just gonna keep it at that, man. We ain't gonna pursue this thing at all, man. Great question, man. Great freaking question. Let's see what we got. We got, let me see. How to get this out of the system. Okay, I think we got one or two more questions. All right. This question said, why should a man protect a woman that don't respect him? She will have him in jail somewhere. Ooh. Ooh.
I'll tell you what. Don't protect her. Let's see how far she gets on her.
Yeah, right.
Step back from it. Let's see how far.
Yo.
Let us know how it work out for you when you come from under our protection.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I'm going to say this. You shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Right. You say, why should a man protect a woman that doesn't respect him, man? And you actually made a good point right after that because she will have him in jail somewhere. Right. You have a young lady that doesn't respect you. Y'all sitting there going back and forth. And listen, I'm like he said, I'm gonna go ahead and subject myself into this. I know people that have been in my family that have been with a young lady. Listen, don't put their hand on women or anything like that, man. But you have some of those women out there that will provoke you to do things.
You have some women out there that'll put their hands on you.
Absolutely. And call the police.
I mean? Yeah.
And
you go in jail.
Yeah, right. And back when all this stuff was this was when I was in high school, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm 33 years old now, but man, you get to that phone first. Yeah. And they come, they lock a family member up, and I got to get them out of jail. I'm just like, yo. Yeah. You are absolutely correct, man. Those type of women will have you in jail. That's why, again, you have to be careful about who you give your time, your energy, and all of those things to, man, because you don't want to end up in those doggone situations, especially, listen, us as doggone men, we have it hard as it is, especially black men. We have it hard as heck as it is just living a day-to-day life, man. So you have to be careful about who you're giving your time to. Andrew Tate said this in one of his live streams. He was like, and listen, Andrew Tate was a pro kickboxer, so he could fight. He could fight. He can defend himself. He was like, I was out with a young lady. It was late at night, and we were going to this restaurant. We were standing in line, and it was a group of big, big, strong black dudes in front of us or whatever. Well, they had just came in the what's the name? That we had been sitting there waiting for about 15 minutes or whatever. We were next in line. It was a group of black dudes that came in and jumped in the front of us. And the first thing that came out of her mouth is, we were here. He, shut up. She was like, no, they not just shut. He told her to shut the F up. Because the thing is, like, listen, again, that's why you have to be careful about the young lady that you give your time, your energy to, because they can either you can either end up in jail or dead some doggone where. Because, say for instance, if those guys would have turned around, they were gonna be looking at him. Like they're going towards the guy first. That is why, again, it's so important to have a young lady with you that have a sense of freaking awareness as well. Awareness is key. That's why I'm saying, listen, if I'm out with a young lady or young women, I know I want to say like maybe 46% of women that watch this channel, young women, understand awareness is key. And if you are out with a man, understand he's automatically the protector. Automatically. So if you're out and somebody disrespects you, they're gonna look at that guy. All right. So if they get into it with you, oh, trust me, they're gonna be looking at that doggone guy. And I beat his doggone tail too. And say for instance, that guy got a weapon, like just like that situation. Those guys could have had a weapon. Again, they were already outnumbered. If you were with a young lady that understood, like, listen, if they in front, just let them rock, man. I'm not trying to get us into a doggone situation because again, the young lady that he was with was 5'6", 120 damn pounds. Man, what you gonna do? You gonna get that man's doggone tail? Just be quiet. Be quiet, man. Just chill. And another situation was women, when you're out with your guy, let's say for instance if you're driving, y'all blowing that damn horn. Listen, chill out, man. I done got into a few different situations from just, again, people blowing the horn. So you got to be careful about that, man. Again, that sense of awareness is so freaking important, especially when it comes to young women. I think that a lot of guys honestly possess that. We already know. Like, listen, we at any point in time, it can jump off. And I already feel like that I have to protect you anyway. So don't, put yourself out there like that where, it's gonna call for that type of thing. Just be careful. Be careful, man. How to get this. And the last question of the day is how to get this out of their system. What I'm not sure what that means. How to get this out of their system. Let me. What is the name of this doggone live stream? The 5 steps of being feminine. So I'm guessing you guys are asking how to get being masculine out of their system.
We answered that.
Yeah. I think that question was already answered by someone else, and I think that was pretty much it, man. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Let me remove this real quick. There we go. Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, man. Thank you guys for all the likes, the comments, and everything, man, for chiming in. Again, shout out to my dog, DJ Larry, man, for letting me come through, use the studio, man. Absolutely. Yeah, man. We're going to be doing a lot of collab work. Y'all be on the lookout for that, man. We got a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out this doggone month. We're going to go ahead and get started on that. So y'all be on the lookout for that, all right? With that being said, man, I'm going to end this broadcast. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be beautiful. And I'll catch